friends, faculty, it is with deep honor and appreciation for me to be standing before you, giving you your commencement speech on today. One can receive many awards and accolades throughout his life, but none compares to this opportunity again to stand before you. Wow. I pray that I will share some words of inspiration that may become a permanent part of your memory when you reflect or go down memory lane of your years here at Cal State East Bay. This is extremely emotional for me also because one of your very own graduates is my very first niece, known as Charmaine, to the family, Topaz. I want you to know, Topaz, Uncle loved you and still claim you as my daughter, and I'm very proud of you. And while I'm here, I think it's really important, you know, for us men, happy wife, a happy life. Let me introduce my wife, Sister Beatrice here. Thank you. I also have to introduce my sister next to me, who is Topaz's mother, Charmin Johnson, right here. And my baby sister that caused me to have a voice because she was voiceless when her son was murdered, Oscar's mother, Wanda Johnson, right here. That's right. That's right. She has her voice today. Thank you. I count this as the most important opportunity in speaking that I've had out of all the speaking I've done all around this country in the last 6 years since the murder of my nephew, Oscar. I have not slept well since thinking of what I could say to you that could highlight your achievement and the importance of this achievement in reference to Oscar Grant's life, Renisha McBride's life, Michael Brown's life, Tanisha Anderson's life, Jordan Davis' life, Renika Boyd's life, Sean Bell's life, or simply put, reference to the Black Lives Matter movement. I know I'm supposed to come up here and tell you about the opportunities before you and the great thing you have done to graduate. And yes, graduating is a great achievement. And yes, many more opportunities can and will be available to you because of this great achievement. But first, I must say it will all hinge on one's knowledge of self in building your renaissance. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it like this, quote, knowledge of one's identity, one's self, community, nation, religion, and God is the true meaning of resurrection, while ignorance of it signifies hell, unquote. We are at a state of emergency. The very foundation of this country is hemorrhaging on whether Black lives matter. Your leadership to bring about your renaissance is critical to this country's understanding of freedom, justice, and equality, and the existence of your children's rights, which in essence is your parents' grandchildren and your grandparents' great-grandchildren. You owe this next chapter of your life journey, your life mission, to a revolutionary mission of building your renaissance for your children now. Knowledge of one's identity, one's self, community, nation, religion, and God will be our resurrection. Anything short of that will be our hell. I want to pause right here for a moment so you can hold this thought. Just think. The state that you live in right now could be sued by the private prison because California promised them that prisons will remain 90% full. Wow. They want them full because that's money and business for them. Now, where do you think the 90% will come from? Think about it. Or just think about McKinney, Texas, the swimming pool incident. Those young people, your baby brothers and sisters, who had just experienced their worst experience in their life, are asking for your help. What are you going to do to make it right for them? Graduates of 2015. Remember this: organized lies is more powerful than unorganized truth. My mission since Oscar's murder has been to highlight police terrorism with the world and to never forget the tragic murder of Oscar Grant, Ayanna Jones, just 7 years old, Andrew Joseph, 14 years old, Kendrick Johnson, 17 years old, Katherine Johnson, 92 years old, and of course, Monroe Isidore, 107 years old, and so many others, that their lives matter and that they all had a right to life. Remember this: the dead cannot cry out for justice. It is the duty of the living to do so for them. When justice is denied to one, justice is denied to all. Frantz Fanon once said, each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill that mission, or betray it. Graduating class of 2015, what is your mission? To lay the foundation of what I believe is your mission, I must quote one of my favorite giants, Frederick Douglass' speech: if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Quote, the struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both, moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. To find out just what any people will quickly submit to, and you have found out the exact measure of injustice and wrong which will be imposed upon them until these will continue until they are resisted with either words or blows or with both. The limits of a tyrant are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. In light of these ideas, Negroes will be hunted at the north and held and flogged at the south, so long as they submit to those devilish outrages and make no resistance, either moral or physical. Man may not get all they pay for in this world, but they must certainly pay for all they get. If we ever get free from oppression and wrongs heaped upon us, we must pay for their removal. We must do this by labor, by suffering, by sacrifice, and if need be, by our lives or the lives of others, unquote. Now, in light of this quote, your babies will be hunted in the east and the west, the north and the south, imprisoned in this country so long as you submit to those devilish outrages and make no resistance. They will be murdered as if their black lives has no meaning as long as you submit to those devilish outrages and make no resistance. Their freedom and life must be claimed by labor, suffering, sacrifice, and if need be, by your very own lives.
That's right.
Listen, cowards ask the question, is it safe? Expedience asks the question, is it political? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor political nor popular. But one must take this simply because it is right. Dr. Martin Luther King said this. Hear what he's saying. This is why Assata Shakur call is so critical at this stage of your renaissance. What is her call? It is your duty to fight for our freedom. It is your duty to win. You must love each other and protect each other. You have nothing to lose but your chains. What does she say? It is your duty to fight for our freedom. It is your duty to win. You must love each other and protect each other. You have nothing to lose but your chains. Your first step in building this renaissance is to stand at the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March to be held this October 10th, 2015 in Washington, D.C. This, I say, will be a historical event as we stand in unity. Our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. Our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. This pledge will represent the foundation of your unity. So I'm going to ask the graduates if you will stand with me. That's right, that's right. Clap it up for them. So graduates, when I say your name so your ancestors can hear it. Say with me, please. Say your name. Pledge from this day forward. I will strive to love my brother and sister as I love myself. Say your name. From this day forward, will strive to improve myself spiritually, morally, mentally, socially, politically, and economically. For the benefit of myself, my family, and my people. Say your name. Pledge that I will strive to build businesses, build houses, build hospitals, build factories, and then to enter into international trade for the good of myself, my family, and my people. Say your name. Pledge from this day forward. I will support black newspapers, black radio, black television. I will support black artists who clean up their act to show support for black artists. Brothers only. Brothers, say your name. Brothers, say your name. Pledge from this day forward. I will never abuse my sister by striking her, disrespecting her, for she is the mother of my children and the pursuit of my future. Everyone, say your name. You do all this, so help me God. Have a seat. That's right. This pledge is the foundation of your renaissance. In closing, I believe your generation is the greatest this world has ever seen and had. That's right. No longer can you just think of yourselves, but now you must think of us. It is your duty to fight for our freedom, to make this world a place for your children that they will have a right to life and freedom. This, I say, will be your renaissance and your overwhelming responsibility. Let your future educational goals and mission reflect your revolutionary consciousness of creating that renaissance that history scholars will write about. I believe when the history books are written in the future generations, these historians will have to pause and say, there lived a generation of black 2015 graduates here at Cal State EastBay who had the moral courage to stand up for their future. Generation rights of freedom, justice, and equality, and thereby injected new meaning and dignity into the veins of black consciousness. This, I say, will be your renaissance. We, the Oscar Grant family, me specifically, Uncle Bobby, love all of you and now pass you the baton to build your renaissance. Once again, it is with deep honor and appreciation to stand before you and give your commencement speech. Class of 2015, get up, get out there, and take your rightful place among the stars. Thank you. We love you.
Uncle Bobby Johnson.